SCP-016 Sentient Microorganism Object Class Keter Special Containment Procedures SCP-016 is to remain within the confines of a 5 by 5 by 5 meter room at all times, maintained at a temperature not to exceed 0 degrees Celsius. SCP-016 itself is to remain in the petri dish in the containment cube at all times, unless directed otherwise by Level 4 O5 personnel. Full documentation of experimentation with SCP-016 must be submitted before and after samples and duplicates of SCP-016 may be taken. Failure to follow these procedures will result in the termination or reassignment of Class D personnel. Only authorized personnel may be permitted to obtain samples and experiment with SCP-016 under BC Level 5 containment conditions. If an outbreak does occur, despite the following aforementioned procedures, directed base personnel are to implement a Code Sigma lockdown and containment plan. Infected personnel are to be terminated on site by security forces wearing standard mission-oriented protective posture, MOP, anti-biological and anti-chemical equipment. Should the infection not be contained after 40 hours, the on-site nuclear device is to be detonated. Remaining personnel are not to be evacuated under any circumstances. SCP-016 has been shown to survive for up to 6 hours in blood, and up to several minutes in air. High-intensity ultraviolet light and high concentrations of chlorine bleach have been demonstrated to effectively sterilize non-organic material. Description: SCP-016 is a blood-borne pathogen recovered from a mine worker in Blank who injured himself while working in deep coal seam. Said wound became contaminated with coal dust from the mine, possibly infecting the worker with dormant spores. Over the next several days, SCP-016 proceeded to infect the remaining employees in the mining camp, as well as the CDC crisis team dispatched to deal with the epidemic. Foundation personnel then took over the investigation and terminated all affected personnel. Patient 0 was brought into captivity and the mine shaft was collapsed by an explosive device. SCP-016 has an incubation period ranging from 24 hours to 2 years, depending on the presence and number of human hosts in the area. First symptoms resemble the common cold and include itchy eyes, runny nose, coughing, and bodily aches. Phase 2 begins in 48 hours and consists of a controlled form of hemorrhagic fever, as the organism causes a small amount of blood to become aspirated into the lungs, creating an aerosol effect. During the Phase 3, the host crashes and bleeds out, bleeding profusely from every bodily orifice, including nose, tear ducts, anus, skin pores, mouth, urethra, and in case of females, vagina. Blood pressure skyrockets during the final stage. Hosts have been observed projectile vomiting blood to distances of over 5 meters. Should the host survive this near total exsanguination, the pathogen will become dormant once more, returning to the incubation phase. What distinguishes SCP-016 from other strains of hemorrhagic fever, such as Ebola or Marburg, is its unusual response to high stress. Should the subject undergo a high-stress situation, such as a life-threatening crisis, the organism will change its survival tactic from rapid reproduction to the rewriting of host DNA and stimulation of rapid cell division. Major physiological changes occur within the first 24 hours, with a complete bodily reconstruction occurring within 2 weeks' time. Most hosts do not survive the process due to the heavy demands made on the body. An interesting side effect of the transformation is an increased aggressive urge. It is believed that this may be an attempt to maximize the spread of the virus in a similar manner to rabies. On another note, subjects who undergo bodily transformation no longer appear to exhibit SCP-016's hemorrhagic properties. However, subjects infected by transformed hosts will still undergo the normal SCP-016 infection process. Appendum. Experiment log of SCP-016's transformative properties. Subject D-016-1, D-Class personnel infected by SCP-016 upon first showing symptoms. Subject's quarters were slowly flooded with water over a 24-hour period. SCP-016 mutated into a terramorphic state, transforming subject's lungs into gills. Subject survived for 2 more weeks as SCP-016 transformed its limbs into fins, caused its eyes to atrophy, and enhanced its sense of hearing to a Sentient-type echolocation ability. Subject was terminated by draining all water from its quarters, causing it to asphyxiate. Body was subsequently cremated without autopsy. Subject D-016-2. D-Class personnel infected by SCP-016. Upon first showing symptoms, subject's quarters were slowly flooded with water over a 24-hour period. SCP-016 mutated into a terramorphic state, causing subject to undergo rapid muscular growth and increased bone and growth on knuckles. Subject attempted to escape from confinement by punching through the reinforced door. Subject was not successful and died by drowning. Note: same situation, 2 different responses. Interesting. Dr. Blank. Subject D-016-3. D-Class personnel infected by 016. Subject was previously a chemical engineer who poisoned his wife upon discovering her adultery. Upon first showing symptoms, subject's quarters were slowly flooded with water over a 24-hour period. SCP-016 mutated into a terramorphic state, causing the subject to grow an unusual organ on its chest, consisting of a chamber of 2 separate tubes. Organ continued to take water and swell in size until Foundation personnel, realizing what SCP-016 may be attempting, terminate the subject by gunshot. Organ was found to contain several gas-filled sacs with acetylene gases and oxygen. Subject 016-4. D-Classed in personnel infected by SCP-016. Subject was told to concentrate on forming wings. No stress was applied. SCP-016 did not mutate into a terramorphic state. Subject died of extenuation during Phase 3. Subject D-016-5. D-Class personnel infected by SCP-016. Subject was told to concentrate on forming wings and placed in an acrylic box suspended 305 meters, 1,000 feet above a mine shaft. A timer was placed on the outside of the box, which the subject was told indicated the time of release. SCP-016 mutated into a terramorphic state, causing the subject to grow a tentacle-like organ on its left wrist, similar to a spider's spinnerets. Subject extended said organ through one of the box's air holes and extruded a strong silk-like substance, which it then used to secure the box to the cable. Subject was terminated when the countdown reaches 0 and a bomb detonated. Alright, good one. I'm sorry I mispronounced a few words, but they're hard. Well, that's all for today. Goodbye.